Indiana Jones. It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones. Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute. This is the podcast where we really did get to the heart of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom 1 minute at a time. I'm the Admiral, Pete Mummert.
I'm Tom Bacon.
I'm Gary Christopher, kind of conflicted Porter. Here we are at the end, our final episode, and I'm kind of clawing. I don't want to leave it, but I don't want to stay. But I don't want to leave it.
That's crazy.
I love
that you're the one
Jerry.
hanging on.
Yeah.
I know. Can't we? Can't we do a minute 120 or 119 or?
It's like I'm your dad. I'm like, Jerry, get in the car. We're going.
Like, you didn't want to go in it in the first place.
Yeah, we're here 'cause of you.
It's in there.
Well, on that happy note, let's kick off minute 118. Minute 118 begins with Dan Aykroyd as Weber, and we end this with a silent and stylized version of where we first began, the Ben Lomond Paramount Mountain and its 22 stars. And Jerry, you were doing this when I saw you a few months ago, and you're good at this, so maybe we could all do our best. Dan Aykroyd as Weber. You will be riding on a cargo full of live poultry.
It's the second show tune in the movie.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit more like, what's the word? Is it allegro? Like you did an Andante one, right? I think it's like, you will be riding on a cargo full of live poultry. I had no clue what he was saying. Like no clue what he was saying. It was the most sing-songy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the apologetic falsetto sort of thing. As you will be traveling with a
Yeah.
It like starts off apologetic and then ends up like kind of prissy British or something.
Totally.
Do you think Steven Spielberg asked him to do it that way, or do you think that was all Dan Aykroyd?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm going to say that. No, I'm going to say that was all Dan Aykroyd just kind of getting into it. And he's kind of like, he's the organized like fixer. Mm-hmm. And so he's telling everybody what's going on. And he's just throwing it out there, and this is how it is, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, Gary.
And he's coming off of stuffed shirt guy in Trading Places.
Yeah.
He's got a little oh sure, like he went to Harvard.
That was good.
Yeah. And then we in the credits we get the two stars of the movie. Because they show up again, and that's the two pilots of Lao She's plane.
God, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Do we have any explanation for that? Why they're like who they owe, who owes them? Like what?
I don't. Yeah, I haven't been able to track anything down about that.
No idea.
Are those guys like super famous in some other country or something?
I don't know.
That's bizarre.
I have no idea.
Oh, because there's another guy like that in the credits here who I did look up. We get special thanks to Reed Smoot.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, who the heck is Reed Smoot? And I looked him up, and apparently he's just he's a cinematographer. And he did like additional photography, apparently, on this movie. But like you look at his credits, and it's not like anything stellar or crazy. Or
I think he was one of the pioneers of large format photography, like IMAX stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
so
okay.
he may have been kind of instrumental in some of the sweeping vistas that they did in this.
My apologies to Mr. Smoot.
Why does Captain Bloombert have two T's at the end of his name?
Because it's an homage to our good friend Mr. Benbert, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it?
Uh-huh.
But that makes perfect sense then. We did, that's right. I remember we did discuss that.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that the shaman was officially called the Shaman?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if I did know that. I thought you guys were making fun of him.
Yeah,
No.
I did. I thought I was making fun of him too. Well, I wasn't trying to make fun of him. I was trying to actually be respectful. I'm like, oh, he's a shaman. Like, I'm not going to call him like, oh, the village head goof.
Yeah.
guy, the religious one.
Yeah, that's how he's written in the script.
Village head goof.
Yeah, I just called him the shaman. I was like, oh, well, that might be respectful, I guess. But I'm looking here, and he's actually the shaman in the credits.
But
Yeah.
can I make a huge confession and ask a question at the same time? I realized halfway through the movie, I don't know. Are we basing it on something when we call it the Mayapur village? Or is that in the movie or in the script anywhere? Or are we just saying this looks like Mayapur? Like, where did we come up with that name?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Like,
Wow.
who said it first? I was copying you guys.
I
thought you guys knew something.
I think I looked it up on some of that, like, that Indiana Jones Wicca nerdy, whatever it is, and the Mayapur village. I think I came up with Mayapur village. By,
okay.
Yeah, some stupid. I Google searched Indiana Jones and the waste of time, and it came up. Yeah,
It's in the script as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on them's internet and just started. I wanted to sound like I did some research or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's funny, though. Does it ever appear in the movie? And I can't remember.
I'm not going to look it up.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say like Mayapur, 1935.
Right.
That was what I was wondering. Like, is there?
Yeah.
But I don't remember it. I don't think there's anything on the screen like that.
Right.
Like there is in Last Crusade, but I don't think there is in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, no, there is in Shanghai. But, they did that already.
Oh, that's
at
right.
The beginning. Yeah. Oh, we get a credit for, which I thought was just sort of like a running gag, but it's actually a legitimate part of the movie. Body by Jake for Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like a legit sponsored thing.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah. Did wonders on his back.
Do you think they did that was kind of like he was like a endorser sort of Body by Jake thing where they just said, no, we'll come over to your living room and like give you these, we'll give you the sessions for free. But, go on Johnny Carson and tell them that you're doing Body by Jake. And,
stick us in the
we'll
credits.
put it in we'll stick us in the credits. Exactly.
My mom used to watch Body by Jake.
Really?
Yeah, he was a big deal in the 80s.
Yeah.
Huh.
We get an interesting one. We get Little Maharaja, and I thought it was interesting that they in the credits they call him the Little Maharaja, like implying that there's a big Maharaja somewhere.
Right, yeah.
Right.
That's the Maharaja. What are you going to...
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that too.
Maybe we missed something. I don't know. And I like that the eel eater got a credit.
Right.
And his name's Art Rapola, which of course it is.
It's funny, Pete. That's my note there. That's the name that I liked. For this minute, Art Rapola, and I said, of course, he sounds like an eel eater.
Yeah, I mean, you see that guy, and you immediately the first thing that would pop in your head is, "Hey, Art Rapola."
Let's get Art.
Yeah, let's get
eels.
Art.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like his senior yearbook. Most likely to eat eels.
Yeah.
He's going to eat a bowl of mustard.
A bowl of mustard.
We get another Pat Roach credit. We'll see him very briefly, I think, in our next movie too. He's still kind of holding on.
That's going to be a conversation.
Yeah, that will be a conversation.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I haven't seen Last Crusade in 25 years.
We're already referencing deleted scenes too, so we're ready. We get so the stunt people. I think we didn't spend a lot of time on, but Felix Silla, who was Shorty's stunt guy, and he was also Twiki from Buck Rogers.
Beady.
Yep, that's so weird. Like there's that one where he's in the bar with trying to make a pass at the female robot bartender.
The female Tweety. Booty.
That sucks.
That's how I learned about sex.
That's how I learned there was no sex clause.
You weren't a Buck Rogers fan, Jer?
Nah, I wasn't a Buck Rogers fan. I saw like one or two of them, probably because I had to sleep over some smelly kid's house.
That smelly kid was me.
Like we had to watch Buck Rogers and eat cheese puffs.
Nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. This sucks. Why did I agree to this?
We get Wendy Leach, Willie's stunt person, and then stunt coordinator Dickie Beer, who was famous for some of the sail barge stuff in Return of the Jedi.
There's also a stunt man named Bronco McLaughlin. His name, he's a stuntman, and his name is Bronco McLaughlin. And
Yeah.
I believe I'd like to throw him in the, Pete, what is it? The nominative.
Nominative determinism.
Yeah, does this guy
like-
go under catering or stuntman?
Yeah. Yeah.
We should do that. Art Rapola, eel eater. Bronco McLaughlin, catering or stuntman.
Yeah, you nailed that one.
Oh, maybe the most bittersweet of probably any credit in any movie from, the 80s on is original soundtrack on Polydor records and tapes. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Records
Wow.
and tapes.
Yep.
I owned both. Still do. Oh, which by the way, that made me think I wanted to find out what the top 10 songs were that summer, summer of 1984, that people would be listening to on records and or tapes or the radio. And I took a glance at
Wait, I want to guess.
Well, first let me tell you, I couldn't get a list of like the top 10 for the summer. I could get a top 10 for the year, but I didn't like it, so I skipped it. But I went to June 30th, even though this movie came out like, the weekend of like the 25th or whatever, May 25th. I didn't like that list either. I wanted to find out like what I would have been listening to as summer was really starting and this movie had been out for a while. And I was like sort of in the thick of it. And so I went to June 30th, 1984. So what was the number one song, Jerry?
June 30th, 1984. I'm going to say When Doves Cry.
Oh, that's really close. That was actually the number one for the year.
Wow.
But it was
Of course
number
it was.
3 that week.
I lived in 1984. All right, so let me guess. It may have been 85. It could. I might be a little premature. It could be. I mean, it could have been Let's Go Crazy.
No. I'm wondering if you're going to kick yourself when you hear this. Maybe not, actually. I don't know. The Reflex by Duran Duran.
Oh, my favorite band in the world.
Yeah.
but the Reflex. Na 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 na.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. Flex, flex, flex. Boom.
I actually like that song a lot. That might be my last favorite song by them.
So why
Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen was number 2.
Oh God, yeah.
When did Ghostbusters come out?
That was on the list too, but that's
Okay.
that's 20 something.
Well, 20 something. How
Well,
is it that low?
by that I think earlier in the summer it was higher. I think it was number 1 for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
That Ray Parker Jr. like he got sued, right? He got
totally.
sued by it was I Want a New
And he
Drug,
lost.
right? The famous yeah.
By Huey Lewis and the News, who were at number 6 with Heart of Rock and Roll.
Is the beat
Yeah.
in Cleveland? They say yes, and of course everybody in Cleveland's like Huey Lewis mentioned us.
Yeah. We're on the map now.
We're on the map now, exactly.
What's hysterical is number 5 was Jump, but not that one. Jump from
by
My Love
the
by the
Pointer
Pointer
Sisters? Yeah, the Pointer Sisters. Yeah, that's great.
But again, Jump by Van Halen was on the list earlier that year. Oh, actually, Ghostbusters was on the rise. It was 29 that week, and the week before it had been 46.
Okay, yeah. I wonder that's why I was wondering when the movie came out. I wonder if it came out like the week after this one, or like right around the same
Yeah.
time as this one. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, and we can get back to the movie, but I'm an earlier Duran Duran guy.
Oh, totally,
Talking,
yeah.
Rio, Girls on Film.
No, I'm saying the Reflex is the end of it. That's the cutoff.
That's
thing.
like the
Although,
Union
wait,
of the
View to a
Snake.
Kill was after that, wasn't it? I kind of like View to a Kill.
View to
Yeah.
a Kill's really good. Yeah,
that was the next year, I
they
think.
they kind of go off the cliff. Then they're not as
Well, also talking about going off the cliff, we get Rafts by Moravia Corporation in Boise, Idaho,
Oh wow.
and they still make these. I looked these up.
Really?
They are expensive. Like a new raft, and they look almost exactly like the rafts in the movie. Cost between $5,000 and $10,000.
Oh my god! And it's the self-inflating kind.
I don't know if they're self-inflating. Actually, that's a
Oh,
good
okay.
question. But hey, I didn't even look that part
I
up.
would help. I mean, I would hope they would be. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm only going to jump out of a plane in a self-inflating raft.
We get thanks to the governments of Macau and Sri Lanka, and I think it's fascinating is they filmed this in April and May of 1983, and in July of 1983, that's when the Civil War started in Sri Lanka. So,
Oh wow!
kind of got out in time.
Do we think that they started it in any way?
some insulting thing from this
sure.
movie.
Probably
Could
had
be.
something to do with Art Rapola.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That guy definitely started it. So we end right back where we began with the Paramount Mountain in silence, and then kind of morphs into a stylized version of the mountain, but it still has the 22 stars we talked about for the original 22 stars Paramount had under contract.
Yeah.
And the old Ben Lamond.
Yep.
And Raiders did that too. They went to that blue version.
Wow.
Somebody someday will do a supercut that's like 8 hours long of each movie, just going from that logo to the next movie.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
The end.
The end.
Well, I mean, sequentially, depending on how you look at it, we're a few years away from Last Crusade, but chronologically, we're a year away from Raiders. So not even that. Probably less than a year away from Raiders.
Yeah.
And one question I was wondering is, what do you think characters that we're about to meet in Raiders are doing right now? Like, what do you think Belloc's doing, or what do you think Forrestal's doing?
Belloc has just found a peacock's eye diamond in Shanghai, and he's hightailing it to Marrakesh.
And I think he winds up meeting Willie on the way.
Oh yeah, and killing and eating her. I don't know. Where is she?
Yeah, what happens to her?
That's the crazy thing is we don't know. We don't even know if they make it past the their connecting flight.
Yeah.
From Delhi to. I guess Shanghai. And do you think when on the plane ride back, do you think they're getting their plane ride and they're like, well, we're going to stop in Shanghai? And they're like, no. No one's stopping in Shanghai. Like, does Willie get a chance to clean out her apartment? Or is it like,
yeah.
Is it one of those like weird letters to her friend?
Dear
Darla.
Feed my cat.
Yeah. You could have the red dress if you wanted. Or maybe Forrestal's on the plane. Like, maybe they meet Forrestal, and maybe Willie and Shorty end up living with Forrestal, and that's why we never hear from him again.
Oh, maybe. They get killed on the way to the Chachapoyan Temple. We never really said that. Yeah, it's barely a year before Raiders, isn't it?
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of time, especially if he goes back and starts teaching again.
I wonder why they did that. Why not make it like at least like 1934 or something?
Yeah, and that's why I keep thinking something really kind of tragic must have happened with Willie and Shorty, because Indy starts off Raiders in a really bad mood.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
Maybe they got killed with him on the way to the Chachapoyan Temple. Like just before he crested that hill in front of the Paramount Mountain.
Yeah, wait till Forrestal sees my beautiful wife and great son as I hoist the idol.
They were just behind me. Damn it.
Well, I have a question. Is there any indication at all in Temple of Doom that Indy works at Marshall College?
No, I don't think there's any reference really to Indy's life in the U.S. at all.
Well, he says that he's a professor and that he has to get back to his university, but he doesn't name it or anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
so he's a professor and he has to get back to his university. But who knows? I mean, he might not be at Marshall College in Temple of Doom.
That's
true. He could be at Oxford. He could be at...
he could be anywhere. And by the time we see Raiders, it's like, well, now maybe, who the hell knows what happened? Maybe this whole Willie short round imbroglio, he got fired from the university.
Yeah.
Like lost tenure. Who knows? He had to get a new job at Marshall.
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe Marcus is buddies with him no matter what school he's at.
Mm-hmm. Or Marcus is right now furiously trying to hire him. Oh, this Jones guy's good.
Yeah.
He probably just got his first telegram from the Army intelligence in Cairo or something.
Oh yeah, are they already keeping tabs on the Elder Ravenwood?
Oh, maybe.
I would say yes, probably. Although they seem pretty aggressive about it. The G-men show up. Yeah, that's true.
So maybe the Germans have made first contact, though.
Maybe.
Because they already had a pretty elaborate dig going on in Tanis by the time, a year goes by. So
that's true, yeah. They're pretty ensconced.
The important thing is that during our Temple of Doom podcast, we're talking about Raiders.
Yeah.
I
love Raiders. Have you guys seen Raiders?
Such a great episode.
But enough about Temple of Doom. What's your favorite thing about Raiders?
Exactly. Well, do you think right now Marion is putting like her first $3 in that cigar box?
Or Abner's just died and she's like, I'm going to keep this round golden eagle thing with the ruby in it. I'm going to wear that around.
Yeah.
And she's just starting to practice her see how much she can drink. Or she's practicing the sleight of hand where she replaces it with water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing that still kind of gets me about this movie, though, is not only did I not know at the time that it was a prequel, even after going through this minute by minute, I don't understand why it was a prequel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. It could just easily have come, 2 years after Raiders.
I always appreciated what I took to be just the kind of randomness of it, that it was like, almost like they said it ahead of Raiders just to say that it's not a sequel, it's just a further adventure of Indiana Jones.
So that any time the camera happens to find Indiana Jones, he's going to be doing something fun and amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So just take
here he
any
is in
random snapshot of
1935.
his life. Yeah. That makes sense, I guess.
But if this was a sequel to Raiders, if this did take place after Raiders, that'd be really screwed up. That'd even be weirder. Like, we were wondering where Willie and Shorty are, but we'd be wondering where Marion was. We'd be wondering like where Willie and Shorty are in Last Crusade.
Although we're going to be wondering where all of those people are in Last Crusade.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Is there something? I mean, we call it the further adventures of Indiana Jones. I mean, maybe it should be the prior adventures of Indiana Jones.
The constant adventures of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's really tough for me is because this whole prequel thing had not really taken, wasn't as popular as it is now. Like, I thought it was neat that they did that, but somehow my brain always viewed it as, quote, after Raiders.
Huh.
Even though it doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
and there's no Marion and no Belloc. Well, Belloc's dead, but you know what I'm saying. I always kind of was just like, I never really saw this as before Raiders. My brain couldn't get around that.
Huh. You couldn't add.
No, I couldn't. I remember liking it. Like, oh my gosh, it's before.
I do know that one of the things that we'll get into when we get into Last Crusade is Spielberg not only had some issues with this movie itself, but he really missed working with a lot of the guys that had become good friends with him on Raiders. So Last Crusade wasn't just a chance for him to remake Raiders. It was a chance to work again with a lot of the people he loved, like Sala and Brody.
Sure.
Well, I'm glad he had fun behind the scenes.
Yes.
Bully for him.
I wanted to play a little slumber party game with you guys here.
Oh.
Okay.
And this is for both of you. You can just yell out. Just yell
But
out.
could you
here.
please make it quick, because my dad's almost going to wake up. It's like I can see it getting bright on the horizon. We've been up for about, 50 hours? This is getting ridiculous.
And he was just in here like 20 minutes ago. Shut up, you guys.
I can't sleep.
All right, we're gonna do a little word association. I'm gonna say it, and you just yell out whatever comes to mind. Okay?
Oh, boy.
Either one of you. All right. Elephant.
Shorty.
Best friend.
Lazy Susan.
Diamond.
Diamond.
Hey!
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the right answer, I think.
Sculp.
Monkey brains.
Yeah, delicious dessert.
Delicious. Nipple gong.
Willie.
Bong.
John Brugan.
Oh. Alligator.
I think campfire scene.
That makes
All
sense.
right. Okay. All right. Charming.
Jerry and Tom.
Aw, you cut it out.
You cut it out. Bugs.
Willie.
Yeah.
Chartreuse.
Green.
John Brugan.
All right.
I by the way, I was Team Jerry when it came to chartreuse. I also remembered chartreuse as being that purpley red color.
I don't know what school we went to, but it sucked.
What did we decide it was? A greenish thing?
Yeah.
Chartreuse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Mandela effect in action. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I love is what did we decide it was?
Yeah. We needed a quorum on what these colors are.
The problem was we had originally decided it was.
Yeah. Somehow we decided wrong.
So you guys have anything else for minute 118, our last minute of the movie?
Yes. Wait a minute. I'm getting something coming through the wire.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Turn that down. You're going to wake up my folks.
This just in from Professor Christy Porter. Would you want to be Indy's grad student?
Well, you're probably going to wind up disappeared. So I'm going to say no.
It depends on which version of Indiana Jones is actually teaching and if I'm female or not.
Would you be a guy with an apple and a sweater vest, Tom?
I'd be the guy in the back like, God, I'm actually interested in archaeology. Would you everybody just calm down? No one's taking notes except for me. Except that's not true at all. I wouldn't be taking notes.
I mean, that's actually a good question because you're like, oh, that would be incredible. I'd definitely do. And you're like, God, I mean, look what he did to Short Round and all the, I mean, would you, I guess you do field research or maybe Indy's grad student sucks while he's going out, finding the like amazing brooms that are on the desk. You're sitting there grading all the pictures like a C- again.
Yeah. That's probably
Or maybe they're the ones that do all the work, and that's why he's still a professor, and he's just out like looting churches and stuff.
There you go. He's I'm sure we all know why they keep him on. I mean, he lines Marshall College's coffers.
Yeah.
And then he goes and steals something, and he gets back, and he tells his graduate students, he's like, "Hey, justify this."
Right.
And they come up with a whole rationale for why he got it.
Yep.
Trinkets. Not gonna fire me yet. Trinkets. Yes, I missed a semester, but got an old broom.
Well, on that note, talking about missing a semester, we're about to take a little semester here and get ready for The Last Crusade.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it too. I don't know if Jerry has.
I've heard of it. I saw it, what was it, 1989?
Yeah.
The last time I saw Last Crusade was with you, Pete.
Really?
The Indiana University, the Student Union movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
They showed all the Indiana Jones movies, well, all that were available at the time.
Uh-huh.
And, it started at 8 o'clock and ended at 2 or whatever. And we were there. That's the last time I saw Last Crusade was with you when we were in college.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This will be the last time you see it.
Yeah, I think I know what's going to happen, but we will see. I will be curious if you dislike it more than you dislike Temple of Doom, or if you like it more than Temple of Doom. I should be more glass half full kind of guy.
We should go. Yeah. We should go. Like let's quick. Tom, what did you learn about Temple of Doom? What did you learn about yourself and the movie? Quickly, one sentence.
I learned the obvious, that movies are best appreciated in the original running time in which they were made, not minute by minute. That even if a movie doesn't hold up to that minute by minute scrutiny, it's still a good movie as a movie. And I still like Temple of Doom, and it still makes me think of Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen, as well as what was that? Jam on It by whoever. Jam on It. 1984. It was a good summer.
Nucleus.
With a good movie. A lot of good summer movies, and this was the top of them. So there.
Yeah, Nucleus. I think Nucleus was
Nucleus,
there.
thank you.
Yeah. Pete, final thoughts?
I'm reminded of that quote by Flaubert. For something to be interesting, all you have to do is look at it long enough. And I think I'm amazed.
Classic.
Classic. Every minute of this movie had something in it that I thought was fascinating. And I didn't know if that was going to be the case when we started. But I think there's a lot in this movie, and there's a lot of stuff, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
What about you, Jerry? Where's the Temple of Doom in your life?
Where's the Temple? I was.
It's in the rearview mirror almost.
It's chasing him down the road.
It's chasing. I was disappointed in a lot of the movie because I love Raiders so much, and it was like a seamless, damn near perfect movie. Mm-hmm. But I did realize that, Summer and Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones can trump even a lazy movie, lazily directed and sort of slapdash put together movie. And I can still have fun because, it was a lot of fun talking about it with you guys and all the people on the Listeners Crusade. Like, I had a blast, which is exactly like what the movie is like when you watched it in the theater in the summer. So, nice. You can either dwell on, God, this is kind of poorly put together and stupid, or I'm having a ball. I'm with my friends, and it's the summer. There's Indiana Jones.
It's fun to hate stuff.
Yeah, no, I had a good, and there's a lot of it that I really did like. And I understand why everybody gravitates towards it. The action adventure is incredible.
That's a nice way to end this, I think, because it's like we just we walked into a matinee, maybe a late morning or really early afternoon matinee, and it's, kind of hot outside, and then we get caught up in the movie and lost, and then, the credits have just rolled, and we're kind of stumbling outside, and it's like, oh my God, it's bright out. And you're sort of disoriented, but then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? My whole summer is lying here in front of me. All of 1984 is endless possibility.
Yeah. Oh. I got to go to camp with that Jerry Porter kid. Nightmare.
I haven't met him yet, so I'm okay.
God, Pete, I'm going to walk outside right now and just like either start crying or living my life.
That's your two choices. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I'll live.
And for our listeners, we offer you the same choice. You can, if you would like to support us on Patreon, you can keep hearing us throughout the summer and until we start Last Crusade. We are currently doing shows every other week. We're right now finishing up Jaws, and we're going to be going on to we're going to do some Indiana Jones comics, and we're going to do Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and who knows what's coming after that. But if you would like to stay in touch with us, before we get back to Last Crusade, you can follow us on Patreon. You can find that at indianajonesminute.com/Patreon. And if enough of you do that, we will be doing our shows weekly.
Yeah. Force us to do more work. We're here for the forcing.
Yeah. And we'd be remiss without thanking our good friends Pete and Alex from the Star Wars Minute, who inspired and supported us right from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what I love is their advice was, if you start it, just finish it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And there was, we had to jump a mine trolley track a little bit here, but we landed.
We did.
And we're going to keep going.
Yep. We haven't quite gotten to Mutt doing a Tarzan yell in the jungle, so we'll see if we make it, but we'll give it the old college try.
I shouldn't say this on the air, but wouldn't it be great if we just stopped after that minute? And just didn't even announce that we were done, just stopped. Just like, we're done.
Oh my God. We did just send like a one-word email to Pete and Alex. Sorry.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. This would be like if Indy, like you see the cars stone come up over the cliff, and then you just see the other hand start to slip, and just hear a splash.
Whoa!
Dude, I don't remember it. Is that what we have to look forward to? Does Mutt make a Tarzan yell? Oh my God!
Oh boy, you're in for a treat, Jer.
Oh Lord.
And one other way you guys could keep in touch with us over our hiatus, depending on when you're listening to this, we will all be in Chicago on August 26th at the Movies by Minutes convention. And we will be doing a live show, and there are tickets available if you go to moviesbyminutes.com/Chicago.
Yeah.
And while you're on the Movies by Minutes website, you can find lots of other things to listen to in the meantime. Lots of friends who have been on the show this year. You can find our co-host Tom Taylor and some other guys doing Caddyshack.
Oh my God, yeah. That's a great show. Have I said that out loud? I love the Caddyshack Minute. Nobody out there shed a tear. Go listen to the Caddyshack Minute. It'll be like you never left. And there's dirty words.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
You can come on too, Jerry. It'll
You're
be
on the
fun.
wrong show, Jerry. And they are huge fans of the Indiana Jones Minute. They praise us to the rafters daily.
I think they hate your guts.
Yeah, I think they do too.
Yeah. I have to hate you guys when I'm over there. I feel bad about it. But I'm over here now. I love you guys.
But guts we do not hate are all of you listening. Thank you. We've had a lot of fun doing the show. And thank you for listening every day. And we appreciate that. If we could, we'd give every single one of you a hug or a chin chuck.
We'll hug as many of you as we can in Chicago.
Yep.
Yes.
And the rest of you will catch when we see you again for Last Crusade.
And
Yes.
I'd say, in the interim, please join us on the Indiana Jones Listeners Crusade, our Facebook page, which is definitely going to be active.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
none of that is stopping. So you can go there, and what's great is you can go there and you can choose to live and cry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
On the internet, no one can see you cry.
Yeah.
Unless you do like a little emoji that does that or something, which is your own fault. Don't do that.
Yep. And make sure you're subscribed because we will also have we've got some bonus episodes coming up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get to Last Crusade. So I think some fun stuff coming up. So we will see all of you sometime soon in some way or another. So thank you guys for listening. I don't know about you two, but I'm kind of tired of the heat and the humidity, and I'm ready to get to Utah.
Yeah, it's a dry heat out there.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I'm not going to let this go. We're just going to keep dragging this out. We're going to keep dragging it out.
Oh, my God. I hear footsteps. I think your dad's
Oh, jeez. Yeah. At least pretend you're asleep. Come on. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
You guys are awesome.
Night, night. Jones.
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 Shh, shh, shh. Jones.
Fortune and glory.